Right, more supers to rate. Hope you all enjoyed the anime opening. My VOD may or may not get muted for that. If it does, it'll just mute the front part, so that's not too bad, but you know. It's switched so I can get away with it. Right, oh, sorry, I bumped the microphone there. Demonetized confirm. It was worth it. It was very anime. Right, so we're gonna continue on with what we were doing yesterday, and that was rating the ultimate jutsus of our various characters here. So yesterday we stopped off with doing all of Naruto supers across his different movesets. Now we're going to be doing Sasuke's ones. Wow, there's even more Sasuke's. Wow, there's more Sasuke's than Naruto's. Naruto has 4 here and 1 DLC Naruto. And then if you count his pre-time skip version, so there are a total of 6 Narutos. There are 7 Sasuke's. So, regular Sasuke, Taka Sasuke, Kage Summit Sasuke, EMS Sasuke, Rinne Sharingan Sasuke, the last Sasuke, and pre-time skip Sasuke, for a total of 7 Sasuke's. And I think some of them have multiple supers too, you know, so let me just do a real quick count. Okay, so this Sasuke only has 1 super, I think. Or is it because I'm in 3v3 mode? Put it back to single. Let's see what I got. Okay, so Kirin and Chidori Spears, that's 2. Amaterasu, that's 3. Susanoo 4. 5 and 6. Okay, Susanoo Flame controls on both characters here. Flame control sword. It's not in any other one, so there's 2. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 supers across these 5. The last has 1 more. Yeah, we got a ton to go through. Alright. So, next up, I guess we will be doing the Sasuke's. We'll start with Sasuke as he was immediately after the time skip. Yeah, we'll start with this first. We shall pit him against... Orochimaru might be relevant. Let's pit him against Orochimaru. This was an off-screen battle, but whatever, close enough. Okay. Wait, I didn't set the handicap again, so... and the timer. Whatever, we're just gonna have to make do for a bit. Okay. So, this is Sasuke as we know him immediately after the time skip. At that point, he had left Konoha to search for power on his own, and he was under the tutelage of Orochimaru. But eventually, he was planning to just betray him, and betray him he did. So at this point, he mostly has his fire style jutsu and his Chidori, so he'll probably still be doing stuff along the lines of either fire jutsu or lightning jutsu. So let's see what he pulls out here. So that was Kirin. Nice little lightning jutsu. A lot of build up, nice little animal aura and stuff, but the actual blow, kind of anticlimactic. It's a single strike of lightning, and that's it. Over too quickly, I feel. It's a pity because with that old animals, with the animal kind of like aura kind of thing setting up there, you'd expect something big, but nope, you just get a single thunderclap. And I'm sure Sasuke is all badass and start bringing his hand down to strike the opponent with lightning, but he's done flashier stuff with the lightning, so unfortunately we're gonna give Kirin a C. Disappointing. Okay. Infinite time, maximum handicap. Alright, let's just pit him against Naruto, I guess. Naruto works. Alright. Oops, I activated early. Excuse me. You wanna kill with it. Alright, we're ready. So, Sasuke on this moveset has two different supers. This is the other one. Chidori True Spear. I get what you're going for, but the choreography on this one is a little bit iffy to me. So Sasuke initiates the attack by punching the opponent. Well, I mean, he could be finger stabbing, but either way he does that, and then immediately the opponent is blasted away with lightning, and then they're held in position, which is a little bit iffy because Sasuke's not doing any movement, and it doesn't really feel like lightning would be doing that. So we just kind of we have to accept that the opponent's being sort of like grappled into position there. And then the actual blow itself is a little bit confusing. Sasuke touches his sleeve, and then the idea is that he's kind of like shooting additional charge of lightning down the spear and stuff, and that's what's doing the final blow. Which would make sense if, say, I don't know, you were grappling the opponent with like a rope or a whip or something, and then you send the charge down. That's the general idea. We've seen supers like that before, but here both the lash itself and the energy are both lightning. So they both have the same color. It's very hard to notice exactly what he's doing. And Sasuke is just kind of not doing a lot of actions to prompt that. He's letting a lot of lightning just do its job, which as far as presentation goes, I think that makes it suffer a bit. So yeah, I'm really not sure about this one. This one feels a bit like, yeah, it just feels a bit iffy, unfortunately. So Chidori True Spear, unfortunately, we're gonna have to knock you down to a D. See, at least Kirin had a cool build-up. This one's just a little bit underwhelming. Okay. Okay, Taka Sasuke. Is it true to how the anime depicted it? Kinda. He had a bigger lightning explosion at the end, I guess. And hey, even if the anime depicts it in a certain way and it's underwhelming there, it doesn't mean that you have to make it underwhelming here. The particle effects and stuff make a lot of difference, you know? Okay, we're probably gonna pitch this guy up against Itachi. There we go. This one ought to be more interesting. Alright, so this is Sasuke as he was in the group Hebi or Taka, depending on which time period it is. So after he defeated Orochimaru, he formed his own group with the sole purpose of seeking revenge against his brother Itachi. So this is when he was running around trying to hunt that guy over there. And afterwards, when his motivation changed, because he learned certain things about the past, and well, it's a long story. The whole Uchiha clan massacre and stuff like that. Suffice to say, it's complicated, but I'll probably talk a little bit more about it when it gets to characters that are actually involved in it. But the long story short is that the Uchiha are almost all wiped out other than Sasuke and Itachi was the person who wiped out the rest of the clan, so Sasuke wants revenge. Simple as that. And then he beats Itachi, and Itachi reveals that the circumstances behind the massacre was slightly not as he knew it. So he changes his revenge plan from going after Itachi to going after Konoha village. So that's the Hebi Taka time period, if you will, more or less. In any case, around this point, Sasuke would have unlocked his Mangekyo Sharingan, and with that, certain abilities. And I'm pretty sure he uses one of those abilities here. Right, Amaterasu, the black flames that burn all. Unextinguishable black fire that burns even other fire. Summoned by vision through a Sharingan ability. Unfortunately, I think this one's a little bit underwhelming too. It's kind of over really quickly, and while there are some really cool elements, I feel that there are quite a few cool elements to it. For example, the biggest one would be Sasuke actually showing the strain of casting Amaterasu immediately after, when he's like clenching his eye. That's cool. That's a little bit of nod to the lore. But the flames themselves you don't get a lot of time to appreciate the scale of it and how much damage it's doing. He kind of just summons like a flame pillar, and then it's over it's over very quickly too. Like just a couple of. There's no real impact to the final hit, I guess you can put it that way. So it's a pity. Amaterasu could be a lot cooler, but it is what we get. Amaterasu gets a C. Okay, moving on to 5 Kage Summit now. Who should we pit him against? Yeah, this will work. Alright. So, this is Sasuke around the time of the 5 Kage Summit. This is post defeating Itachi and thus unlocking his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. I think? Does he have EMS at this point? Yeah, he does, I think. Dang, I can't remember. Well, whatever. Around this point he beat Itachi and well, Itachi ended up dying of illness during that fight there, so Sasuke won. And from there he unlocked certain new abilities, I believe, by taking his eyes. And I think that means he has well, I think he has Susanoo. So let's see if he actually pulls it out. Yep, he does have Susanoo. So Susanoo, giant Ethereal Chakra, giant armor, I guess. I'm not sure what you want to call it. A stand? It's a giant chakra armor. So in this scenario, Sasuke summons Amaterasu as an opening move. Yeah, he summons Amaterasu as an opening move. Then summons Susanoo and uses and fires an arrow at him. Nice sequence. I gotta think about this one a bit. So the overall framing of the sequence and the choreography pretty decent. You get to see like a lot of like anticipation from the way the bow is being pulled, and then the arrow is launched at the opponent, and you get a nice amount of time to see the giant chakra explosion slowly happening. So compared to say Amaterasu from earlier, this one you're given a lot more time to appreciate the impact. So overall, I think this one's pretty solid. It's not super flashy though, so I think it's maybe an average super. Calling Susanoo out's pretty good, but he can do more flashy stuff with Susanoo. So we're gonna give basic Susanoo a B. You know, I bet I'm gonna get a lot of angry Sasuke fanboys, or really just Uchiha fanboys going, why are you rating the Uchiha so low? Because I'm being objective about it. Flame control sword first. EMS Sasuke. Who do we want him to beat up this time? Kabuto? Yeah, sure, Kabuto works. So we are getting, I'm pretty sure we're getting special cut-ins for most of these. I'm picking the right ones, but we'll see. So it appears that this Sasuke is kind of like the same as the previous Sasuke, except he's using Susanoo a lot more in his regular moveset. Who's Kabuto? We'll get to him later. I'll explain who they are, all in good time. Right now I'm just picking opponents that were canon fights, I guess. But yeah. So this is Sasuke with his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. I believe it's the most upgraded form of the Sharingan if you don't count the Rinnegan. So this gives him perfect control over Susanoo and all the Sharingan techniques. And this is reflected in his moveset, using a lot more Susanoo moves during his regular moves. So let's see what he pulls off for this one. Flame control sword. Not bad. Starts off with summoning Susanoo. Pull out the Flame Control Sword. Nice little swing around to get a build up. And then, unfortunately at this point it gets a little bit iffy. I'm not really sure what he's doing. I guess he's stabbing at the opponent or bringing the sword down on top of them, but it's over really quickly, so we don't really see we don't really get to see a lot of it before it cuts to the giant explosion. But we get the bonus points of that manga panel reference with Sasuke holding his face out like that, you know. Yeah. So, I guess I'll give this one a B as well. It's overall decent. It's got a nice little direct reference. I mean, most of these are direct references and stuff, but referencing a specific panel that's very well known, bonus points, I guess. So, yeah, I think this one will be a B. It will protect Konoha Village. Yeah. Well, that's what you get when you get these things together. I guess we can pitch him up against Madara. You just realized Sasuke is basically Riku? Maybe early Riku, but Riku very quickly grew out of his Sasuke phase. Like anything past Kingdom Hearts 1, he's no longer Sasuke, so trust me on that. Alright, so Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke has a different super. So let's see what he does here. There we go, we're starting to get into some nice supers here. Now this one is delicious. Rain of fire swords piercing down from the sky. And then summoning Amaterasu again. Tornado of it. And then you do one more final sword to detonate the whole thing. Nice choreography. Very impactful final explosion. I like this one overall. Very well executed. We're gonna give it an A. It's pretty cool. Huh, yeah, I know, right? Okay, here we go. Rina Sharingan. And of course, that means we're gonna have to pit him against Naruto for this one. Has to be Sage of Six Paths. This is the final battle of the manga. Of course it's gotta be him. Here we go. Okay, so this is Sasuke as he was at the end of the series. He had unlocked the Rinnegan in one of his eyes, and that gave him the powers of the Rinnegan. So the Six Path stuff. Going into detail over the Six Paths is going to be a little bit complicated, but suffice to say, he's got a nice suite of a lot of powers in this one. In addition to his Sharingan powers. So this is Sasuke at his peak, more or less, not counting the last. And this was how he was when he was going into the final battle against Naruto. So that's the difference in the moveset, yeah. He's got more stuff. Rinnegan stuff. Anyways.
これで俺は一人だ。勝負あり。最強の目を持つ俺が勝利するのは必然。
That's cool. That's cool. So he does a Chibaku Tensei. I'm pretty sure that's a Chibaku Tensei. So, like, basically creates a small gravitational pull sphere around the target that drags in a lot of rocks from the ground and like crushes them into a giant miniature moon. I guess you can put it that way. Then he summons Susanoo, goes up. He summons Perfect Susanoo, flies up into them, and then basically does a variant of Chidori, but with an Amaterasu flame, striking the entire thing apart. It sounds a bit overkill and a little bit silly, but in the way it's presented here, I buy it. It's well done. It's like just the right pacing, and for bonus points, you get a little close up of him like yelling, like you get a close up of his face as he's like exerting and stuff. And that's basically what I'm talking about for the extra points that will push an A super up into an S super. Seeing like emotions and reactions on faces, very important for adding that little extra oomph to the presentation. So this one's getting an S. Alright, we've got one last Sasuke. Okay, so this is Sasuke as of Boruto's time, more or less. He's from the movie Naruto the Last, which is post-season, and as such this is essentially Sasuke more or less with the same moveset as earlier, but I think he might do something flashier, because the way the anime goes, and really most shonen anime goes, is that there's going to be an escalation of power, so there's probably going to be an escalation in the supers here as well. Naruto got his 5k Uzumaki Barrage. Let's see what Sasuke gets.
やるしかない。その程度の力じゃ里どころか何も守れないぞ。勝負あり。まだ道の途中だ。立ち止まってはいられない。
Well, shit. Boy. My boy Sasuke here channeling Asura. Except the giant rock that's barreling down towards him is a rock of his own creation. Oh boy. Chibaku Tensei's the opponent into a giant moon-sized meteor this time, full size, having them fall back to Earth slowly, and then he does a Chidori and just splits the whole thing into. I see your Asura's Wrath reference there. You can't fool me, Cyber Connect 2. But yeah, I love everything about this. The pacing the colors, particularly the colors, like the point when Sasuke is like channeling the Chidori. Damn, that was good. That's such good color. So, Chidori Planet's bitter. That one's an S. And with that, we're done with Sasuke's. Sasuke's. Alright. I wonder who we should do next. I guess we can move on to the Konoha people. Just move straight on to them. Should we just go in order? I guess we could actually. So let's just go ahead and start with the rest of the Konoha 12. So these are the ninjas from Konoha Village that we follow on their different teams. And except they're in Shippuden. They're the Shippuden versions now. Yeah. Okay. Sakura has 2. Nice. Okay. We're going somewhere here. Okay. Yep. Konoha 12 will be up next. Let's have her fight her sensei. Why not? Alright, here's Sakura as of Shippuden. After the time skip, she trained under Lady Tsunade and greatly increased her taijutsu ability as well as training in medical ninjutsu. So she's a healer that can punch really hard. Let's see what she does here. It's a good solid taijutsu style. I keep saying taijutsu. I guess I could just call it kung fu or like martial arts, yeah. You know what, martial arts is easier to say than taijutsu. I think we all get what it means anyway. So, a really well choreographed martial arts super there. I like the sense of speed they get with the blur, with the motion blur and stuff. And I kind of want to compare it to like a Street Fighter super almost. Like the part with you get a launcher uppercut and then you dash behind and punch them back down to the ground. That part's very Street Fighter. Which, hey, Street Fighter is one of the GOAT standards, so if you do it like that, then you can't go that wrong. Yeah. So yeah, I like the energy in this one. It's well put together and it fits Sakura pretty well. I'll give this one an A. And to answer your question, no, I don't know why it's called the 100 Healings Jutsu if it hurts. I don't know why it's called a healing jutsu, it obviously hurts you. Okay, who do we have you fight this time? Naruto, I guess. Alright, Sakura's got 2 supers. This is her other one. There's nothing super wrong with this one. It's just a little bit underwhelming. After all the other stuff that we've seen people do, this one is like it's actually just one single action too. Like it's a gut punch into a ground slam. So it's one single smooth motion, which is really low for this game. And the hit is impactful. You get a nice zoom out, you get the dust, you get the sound. The sound design is really good on this one, but it's just a single flip. So sadly, this one's gonna be a C. It's just underwhelming. Okay, let's see. Sai? Yeah, I guess we're going on to Sai now. I believe you fight... Who do you fight? Deidara? I think it was Deidara, I can't remember. Well, whatever, even if it isn't. You'll get the job done. Alright, this is Sai. After Sasuke deserted the team and went off to do his own little revenge plot, Team 7 needed a new member to fill in the space, and so Sai was the one. He's an artist, he does calligraphy, and the calligraphy can come to life via ninjutsu. So let's see what he does here. That's not it. So drops a lot of his inked summon animals. They go to town on the opponent. He hops off his bird and he does a downward stab that shatters all his calligraphy animals into ink. Let me think about this one. So I kind of like this because of its visuals, but I think I'm just a sucker for the Sumiye style. So having Sumiye stuff attack the opponent and then he hops down and then the stab like just splatters it all onto ink. It's a nice visual, but I gotta admit, there's nothing too spicy about it. It's decent, but it's pretty much what Sai can do, I guess. Maybe he could have done something with the bird, I don't know. Something more flashy, but as it is, it's alright. So I'll give this one a B. Ooh, okay, here we go. We're getting to the Kakashis. I just realized there's different costumes. Okay, but I don't think any of those change for Sasuke. You do gotta keep an eye out though. The way they divide the supers around is a little bit annoying. Yeah, it's the same. Nope, he doesn't have any new supers. Okay, Kakashi. He's got 3. Let's just double check. Lightning Blade Speed, Kamui, Susanoo. Oops, I backed out. Ugh. gonna keep doing that. Because I don't want to miss anything. Lightning Blade, Susanoo, Kamui. Lightning Blade Speed. Lightning Blade Twin Lightning Shiver. Okay, yeah, he has 4. He has 4 spread all over different costumes. Why is that so confusing? Why it gotta be like... Why you gotta be like that? Whatever. We'll start with early Kakashi. We'll start with Kamui. Yeah, we'll start with Kamui. I guess we'll pit him against start of C. We'll just pit him against Naruto first. And then set the handicaps. The handicaps get reset here. There we go. Keep forgetting. Okay, there we go. We're doing Kamui first? Yep. Alright. Alright. Kakashi. Where do we start with this guy? He's the leader of Team 7, the mentor. He's the one who teaches Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. He wears a mask and never shows his face. Underneath his right eye, or his left eye rather, yeah, it's his left eye, we're looking at him head on. Under his left eye is a Sharingan from a certain other Uchiha. It was a transplant. So through that transplant, he is able to use certain Sharingan abilities. Unfortunately, since he is not an Uchiha, he can't turn on and off the Sharingan. Yeah. So because he's not an Uchiha, he can't turn the Sharingan off. So it's constantly going to be draining chakra if he pulls his mask down. Which is why he wears the mask over the eye and only pulls it down if he needs to see. Or rather, if he wants to use its abilities. Like say, power copying, or one of its various unique abilities. I think one of which we'll see here.
まだまだそう簡単に負けられないよ。俺にもプライドってもんがあるんだし。勝負あり。まあこんなもんでしょう。
So Kamui is sort of like a pocket dimension. It's unique to that certain Uchiha's ability. That certain Uchiha's Sharingan ability. Who exactly that is, I'll talk about in a minute, but if you follow Naruto, you know who I'm talking about. Only him and Kakashi can use Kamui by virtue of him having his eyes. But yeah, all it is it's sort of like an alternate pocket dimension which he can teleport things into and out of. And I don't get why they made it a regular super here. It's kind of just uneventful. So yeah, we drop the opponent into the Kamui dimension, and then we chuck them back out. That doesn't sound very painful, and in execution they try and make it look painful with the explosion and stuff, but I'm not convinced. I think it's kind of like just the issue of picking Kamui as a super to begin with. It's just not that good an idea, personally. So sadly, Kamui, you're going down to E. Just not a good super. But don't worry, Kakashi. How do we say you? Don't worry, you've got better ones. I know you do. Okay, we pit him against Might Guy. Yeah, we'll put him against Guy. Why not? Those two are rivals. Alright, here we go. So Kakashi has another one on this moveset. So let's take a look.
悪いねガイ。今回の勝負は俺がいただくよ。俺も必死なんでね。ま、悪く思うなよ。
Much better. So there we go. He pulled out Raikiri that time, which is I can't remember if it's the predecessor or an alternate version of Chidori, because Kakashi taught Sasuke Chidori. So I'm pretty sure it's more or less the same kind of. Well, it's the same kind of technique. You imbue your hand with lightning and you go really, really fast in a straight line, but you tunnel vision, so be careful of attacks from the sides. So here he makes a giant lightning bolt and he drops back down the middle. Pretty effective. The effects on splitting the lightning bolt is... yeah, I mean... look at it, it's pretty darn amazing. And just the concept of split the lightning, you know. I think overall that's pretty good. I'm gonna give this one an A. Okay, yeah. We'll be going with this. Obito, I guess. Alternate dimension. So yeah, this is the Kamui dimension. Alright, so this is Kakashi with 2 Sharingans, both of them reviewed. It's a long story, but in the final battle of the Great Ninja, of the 4th Great Ninja War, towards the end where they were fighting Kaguya, like the true goddess of chakra, things happened and the person who's the Sharingans he borrowed, I guess you could put it that way, died. But as his parting gift, he granted the Sharingan remaining to Kakashi. Something like that. It's a little bit complicated, and thus that's why Kakashi has 2 Sharingans right now, and he's using them both to his full potential. And if you're wondering whose Sharingans it was, it's this guy. This guy. He's the guy who's the original owner of Kakashi's Sharingans, Obito. And now we're gonna beat him up with him. So I probably shouldn't have picked Kamui as the background for this one. It kind of messes up the choreography, doesn't it? Well, in any case, with 2 Sharingans, he is now able to call upon a Susanoo, just like other Sharingan users, which he normally couldn't. And he uses it to deliver a big old lightning strike with his Susanoo sword. But before that, he pulls the opponent into Kamui, and then he just does it there, so less collateral damage, you know. I like the execution of it, but there's only one thing that I'm not really liking about the freeze frame at the end, where his Susanoo just kind of stops awkwardly. while there are particle effects still moving around in the background. Looks a little bit unnatural to me, so unfortunately we'll bump that down from an A to a B. So overall, this one gets a B, yeah. Alright, one more to go. Maybe regular Obito will help. Alright. So, Kakashi has one more super. It's only available on this costume and his Hokage costume. So, we've seen all his tricks already. We've seen his Raikiri, we've seen him use Kamui, we've even seen him use Susanoo. What's he gonna do? What else? What else does he have left up for us? Oh, let's find out.
かつてのお前の思いは捨てないよ。それを否定するのは今のお前でも。お前は俺に届かない。俺が去ってやつだ。
Personally, this one is the flashiest one that he's got. He throws a ton of kunai. He kamuis half of them. And he does this, he gets behind the opponent using that. I can't remember what that thing is called. That jutsu that makes him like look like that, like a lightning wolf and stuff. He gets behind the opponent, he kamuis, and then he calls Kamui out and releases the other half of the shurikens that he was calling, that he kamui'd earlier. I'm saying kamui a lot, whatever. So he teleports half the kunai that he throws in midair to the other side of the opponent, so that the opponent gets smacked both sides, and then he drops in from the top and does a Raikiri and blows up all the kunai. Overkill? Yeah, probably. Is it flashy? Heck yeah. The lightning effects? Heck yeah. The only issue I have is a little bit of choreography right here, where you don't see him go behind the opponent. Like, you see him kamui, and then the blades disappear, and then it immediately cuts to him being behind the opponent, and then you just suddenly, why is he a wolf all of a sudden? And he does kamui on the other side. But there's that nice slowdown just before the kunais, like, from both sides intersect, and that's a nice bit of anticipation. You have to slow down right before the impact, and that's a really good animation technique, so kudos on that. Although, again, it feels like overkill, because at that point, like, that would feel like the finisher, but no, he drops in one more time and does it, and strikes it. So it's a good thing that final strike is also a really good finisher, so that overall builds to a nice, nice complete super. Nice complete ultimate jutsu. It's one of the longer ones too. So I guess I'll rate this one an A. I can't in good faith give it an S because of that. Because of it's not perfect. There's still some issues with it. But yeah, really good effort. You did well, Kakashi. Should we do Guy first or Yamato? I guess we'll do Yamato first, since we're doing Team 7. Who do we have you fight though? I guess we could have you fight. Yeah. We might get something special with this, I don't know. Random stage. Alright, so this is Yamato. He's one of the additional members of Team 7 as well, in the Shippuden era. He has the power of wood release, which in the Narutoverse, wood is an extremely rare element. Only the first Hokage was known to be using it. And in fact, it turns out, he is a clone of the first Hokage, or at least he uses some of his DNA. I think that's the extent of the lore on him. He's a side character, so he doesn't have too much. Let's see what he does.
木遁も火の意志もこの胸に引き継いでいる。やれやれ。これで少しはおとなしくなったかな。
So there's a decent amount of wood style jutsus in this game. But no, actually, never mind the train of thought. Let me see. What do I say about this one? So the initial launch is good. There's a good pacing to the choreography with a bit of a slowdown here and there, where with the trees growing out of the ground and then attacking the opponent and launching them. I guess the issue I have with it is that it doesn't really look like a tree. But then again, these are artificial jutsu generated ones, and like you're growing the trees really rapidly, so I don't think it would look like a normal tree. But the way that they grow in such a twisted and curved way, I guess is a little bit unnatural, and maybe that's why I'm a little bit iffy about it, like it's shaking my suspension of disbelief. Even though I've seen more, I've seen like other wood style jutsus that curve that much too, so it can't be that. What is it? I think what it is the final impact. It lacks, well, impact. So like the trees growing from sideways and then crush the opponent. But I guess because of our natural instinct on how wood is, it's like wood grows really slowly. That's the impression in your head. Now here's a guy who makes wood grow really, really fast. He makes it grow so fast he can crush you with it. It's a little bit hard to wrap your head around, I think. So if someone's in the middle and you grow the trees into them sideways, I feel that's probably why I find it a little bit hard to buy it. Like I feel like the only feels a bit unfair to wood style, but like the only real rapid impact that I feel is believable was upwards. So maybe if you crush them vertically instead of horizontally, that might work better. I don't know. This one's all over the place. I don't know why or what it is about this one, this wood style one, that I'm not really sure about. So I think I'll split the difference and just put it at a C, I guess. I mean, objectively as well, it's not super flashy. It's not that. Yeah, it's not that flashy. Actually, chat, what do you think about it? S tier to F tier. What do you guys think about this one? I'm really on the fence on this. I kind of want to go to a C, but I mean it's just my personal bias. Maybe I should just bump it up to a B and like say it's average. I mean, as far as Yamato does, it's you can't upstage the later ones, the actual big wood style stuff. So. Small scale. Yeah. You know what? I think I'll be nice to Yamato here. I'll split the difference. You get a B. Your super is average because I don't know what to think about it. Okay. Oh, Korean Eye isn't in this game, I forgot. Team 9 isn't going to have their leader here. Okay, I guess we'll do Guy next. He's got 3. Heck yeah, let's start from the top. Alright. Say hello to Might Guy, everybody. He's a taijutsu user. He restricts himself to just taijutsu for the sake of his student Lee, who actually can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu, so they only use martial arts. As you can see, he's a pastiche of kung fu stuff. He's a pretty cool guy. Manliness, the sweat of youth, dynamic entry kicks. He's a great guy. He leads Team Guy, so he's one of the teachers as well. And rumor has it that he's the most renowned taijutsu user in the entire era. So hey, let's see what kung fu stuff he can do. Or karate, whatever. Martial arts. Let's see what martial arts stuff he can do. Asakujaku. So he turns red when he's exerting himself really hard, and cause blood rushing to the skin and all, and his sweat turns green. That one I don't know why. I don't know why he picked green, but whatever. So this one's a basic aura type of super. He's Machamp. Yeah, he basically is. Nice solid core, good pacing. It doesn't really outlive its welcome. How to put this? So for an aura super, it's pretty much by the numbers here. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It gets just enough hits in. The hits look like they hurt, although they are kind of spraying all over the place. And yeah, it's all around a decent, well executed aura super. So we're giving it a B. Let's send him against Rock Lee. Why not? You can see the resemblance. Alright. Guy has 3 supers. Here is super number 2. Hirudora. Punch the air so hard it forms the shape of a wolf. Yeah, that's a thing. So that's actually, it's not a ninjutsu technique. It's just straight up, you're striking the air so hard it forms the shape of a tiger. So, in concept, it's pretty awesome. In visuals, the tiger's pretty cool, and he's using one of the 8 gates as well. 7 gates, I'm sorry. What 8 gates? Was it 8 gates? I can't remember. He's using the gates. But then I guess the gate activation's cool, but it's just a very quick thing. And then the actual blow is really fast. I feel like a bit more could have been done with it, but it is Hirodora and that's how it is portrayed, so I can't dock points with this one too much. So this one, it's going to be a B as well. This guy is awesome. Yeah, he's Shaolin Soccer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, he's got one more. You know we gotta do it to him. Alright, here is Guy's third and final super.
感じるかまだこれが赤き猛獣青春の鼓動だ勝負ありたとえ全身ボロボロでもこの手に勝利がつかめればそれでいい
Night Guy. Ooh boy. A fatal forbidden technique, using up all the gates, which leads to certain death afterwards. He only survived by a little bit because there were medical ninjas nearby, and even then he was crippled for pretty much for life after that, after using that move in the show. So it was a huge impactful moment. But yeah, that build-up, that dragon aura, none of it was ninjutsu or illusions, it was all just pure kung fu. Why do I keep saying kung fu? I guess because they look Chinese. Whatever. Pure martial arts skill. One of the most powerful blows ever done in the entire series. And I think the show does... I think the game does it justice. A lot of build-up, and the final impact is very strong. Man, I'm rambling a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of build-up for a very satisfying impact towards the end. And the dragon motifs everywhere, especially in the explosion. Like, he kicks so hard it causes a big air explosion and stuff, and it forms the shape of a dragon. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Night Guy, you're gonna get yourself an S rank for that one. Plus, it even blows your clothes off, just like in the show. So, little nod to that. So that's all of Guy's ones. We're moving on to the students again now, I guess. I guess we'll we'll finish up the teachers first. Yeah, I tell you what, we'll finish up the teachers and then what should we do after that? I guess we can move on to the Konoha 12, but I don't think we should go on for too long. We don't want to overstay our welcome here. Okay, we've done Team 7. You know what? Yeah, we'll just keep going in order. It doesn't matter. We'll get up to... I think we'll get up to Asuma at least. Then that should be a good break before we pick another group to follow. Well, anyways, I'm rambling. I'm just talking to myself. Don't mind me. Getting back into action here. Alright, Shikamaru. As we know from the previous session, he's a guy that controls shadows, but his real strength is his tactical mind. So he's a tactical genius, and on the field of battle on the Great Fourth Ninja War, he was one of the lead tacticians of the Great Ninja Alliance. So let's see what he does here.
影寄せの術最初から俺の手の内にいたんだよあんたはそこがてめえの墓穴だ勝負ありやっと終わったがこれでのんびりできるぜ
Shadow Pujutsu. So basically it's a big old explosive trap, which fits his personality, honestly. He's a guy that would be planning, setting traps, just like what you'd imagine a classic ninja do, you know? So I think that's a really good fit for him. And hey, just the brutality of like, I caught you in the nest of explosive tags. Now I'm just gonna toss my lighter in there and death and blow you up, and there's nothing you can do about it. I like it. What should I give this one? I guess we'll give it an A. It's well executed and everything. But it is over really quickly, I'll admit. And the bomb explosion and the explosive tags detonating. I mean, I don't need everything to have a huge explosion, but the impact is a little bit effective for that, you know? So yeah, any it is. I actually don't know who you should fight. You guys don't have any more canon opponents, so I guess we'll just help you beat up Naruto. Just beat up Naruto for me. Okay. Alright, Choji. You remember him, he's the guy who's heir to the Akimichi family, and he's got the expansion jutsus. They're all about building fat and then burning the fat later using chakra pills and stuff. So a lot of techniques that use a lot of the body's reserves and stuff. So that's why they eat a lot. That's your trivia for the day. Alright, let's see what he does.
僕は秋道一族16代目秋道長司だ勝負ありどんなに拳を痛めても守れたんならそれでいい
It's traditional, it's a sumo thing. Is it weird to say I like his pre-time skip one better? It was more dynamic, there was more things going on. Here it's just it's a very simple sumo stomp and then you thrust at them, so yeah, and like he grew and the thing is he did his growing before the attack started too. I liked the previous one because he grew mid combo and used the momentum from that. That was far more interesting than this. So, I'm sorry, Choji. Yours is kind of lame. I'm gonna give yours a D. I guess Sakura? problem with a lot of these characters towards the end is that we just don't get any more canon fights for them to use. Okay, you know. Alright, Ino, last member of Team 8? Can't remember. The Ino Shikacho team. Ino, last member of the Ino Shikacho team. Her family uses body swap jutsu, body control jutsu rather, and they're sensor types. Okay, let me try that again. So, here's Ino. Her family uses, I guess you could say psychic, kind of like psychic jutsus. They're sensors, so that means they can detect the position of other ninjas, they can sense their chakra, and if they get in close on somebody, they can also temporarily possess an opponent, but that leaves them vulnerable. Their own body. Unfortunately, pre-time skip Ino didn't do anything of that, because I guess, yeah, it'll be a little bit hard to do that in a fighting game, like grabbing the opponent's controls and stuff. But let's see if she does anything else interesting in this one. Okay, it's slightly better than her pre-time skip one. At least she's not hitting you with flowers. I know she's like from a florist family, but flowers, really? At least here the petals are just part of the effects. But still, she's not using anything that's unique to her family stuff. She just does a flowery based kick at you. So, kinda lame. But at least it's marginally better, so this one's gonna get a D. I think it was Nagato? I can't remember. Whatever. This is not the stage for this. Alright, Neji, representative of the Hyuga. Byakugan powers. Spotting chakra networks, acupuncture strikes to block them. Let's see what he does.
これで終わりだ。なおも高みを目指す。それがヒューガの宿命。八景64章。
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 8 trigrams, 64 palms, he used that as a kid, he's using that as an adult as well. But different camera framing and a lot more speed this time. You can see like him going to a blur, and you can actually see like the little acupuncture strikes as he goes. So that's pretty awesome. And the final blow, heck, that framing is so good. You get this angle where you can see both, you can see Neji, you can see the opponent, and you can see the column of air where he's about to blast, where he's about to blast the opponent through. So, yeah, it ain't broke, don't fix it. 8 trigrams, 64 palms, You still get an A. Ooh, here we go. Broccoli. Oh, fine, guy. Alright, here's Lee, the man who can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu, so he put all his time into taijutsu. He's probably gonna do a taijutsu thing here. So that was basically Shippuden, right? Lee stole a page out of Ken's notebook there. But if you're gonna steal from a notebook, there's hardly a better one to steal from than that one, you know? Rising kicks into a final blow, launching away. It's good. It fits Lee. It is something he does in the manga, so I'm joking a little bit when I say he stole it from Ken. But yeah, well executed, good pacing, good choreography, good camera framing of the entire thing, especially the last hit. A lot of impact on that one. It's got to do with the sound as well, though. The sound design on the final hit, that's a nice meaty hit. So kudos on that. Overall, really well executed. I'll give it an A. Oh boy, 10-10. She's got no canon fights. She's like got no canon fights at all. She's such a big character that we got no one to trick. We'll just have her beat up on her younger self. Cause why not? Alright. 10-10. She loves ninja weapons. That is literally all you get. Let's just go. For a weapon master, he just calls her one giant iron ball and that's it. That kinda sucks, man. Her pre-time Katsuba was way better. She threw out like a storm of different kunais and other stuff, and he had a nice good impact on that. She really downgraded in the time skip version. All she does is drop a giant iron ball on you, and that's it. Boo. Sorry, 10-10. You're so minor, your super doesn't even qualify as a super. It looks like a regular special move. Almost. Yeah, it's so fast as well. You don't even get like the timing of a normal super. You just whoop, here's a giant metal ball. I'm gonna drop it on you. I think the Rasengan's more cinematic than that. Ooh boy, 10-10. I'm so sorry. Iron Ball, you're gonna get the first F in this. Go back and try again. Minor character, yeah. She's there to round out the roster for this team, yeah? I think this team? Yeah, they're organized by team. Neji, Rock, and Tenten. So Tenten's the last. These three guys are under Guy. These three guys are under Asuma, and these three guys are under Kurenai, but Kurenai is not in the game. Sadly. Okay. This ought to be interesting. Here's Kiba. Well, I don't know, just fight amongst yourselves. Alright, here's Kiba. Akamaru is now a big old doggo instead of a tiny pupper. So they fight together as a team. They're like the Ice Climbers, sort of. They're a Wolverine version of the Ice Climbers. Har har. Alright. Dog plus ninja. Sagatsuga is more or less the most flashy technique that Kiba has in his arsenal. So the fact that he's still doing it after the time skip, but he is doing it together with Doggo Akamaru there. So what the hey? It's decent. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's Fang over Fang. There's not much you can do with it. So Absolute Fang over Fang gets a B. Wait a minute, is there a TV screen on this arena? Oh my god, there is. I've never actually looked at this one before. Oh well. Oh, his combo is a 3-hit combo. 2-hit combo. Yeah, I guess he has a projectile type. Alright. Aburame Shino. He's a walking insect colony. That's his family's techniques. They fill up the kids with bugs, and then he can use the bugs, and the bugs follow him. So he's got the power of not the bees. Well, technically not the beetles, but not the bees is funnier. He's a teammate to Kiba and Hinata. They are under the Ninja Kurenai. He's one of the Konoha 12. So basically, one of Naruto's classmates. He's a bit of a minor character, he doesn't do too much either. But he's got not the bees, so let's see what he does. Decent. Much better than his pre-time skip version. At least we can see what the insects are doing, and they're compressing the opponent and then striking them. And the insects form the shape of like an explosion and stuff. Or like an impact spark, you know, that kind of thing. So, it's better. Still not super flashy though, but it's Shino, what do you expect? There's not much you can do with him. Again, no, these like, the minor characters from the Konoha 12 kind of defined by their unique family jutsus, and then that's all they got. So he's got insects. He did an insect thing. Decent enough. Nothing wrong with it. So it gets a B. Ooh. Okay. Hinata. Who do we have to fight? Oh, Naruto, it makes sense.
戦闘開始
Alright. Here's Hinata. Another Hyuga, has the Byakugan, main family, heir to the Hyuga family? Yeah, she's the heir and stuff. She loves Naruto. They get married after the series. She's okay. She's a pretty cool character. I can't say too much about it because people are still sore about the shipping wars. Har har. But honestly, I'm not that big enough of a fan of Naruto to get invested in shipping wars. But so Naruto with Hinata, I'm okay with it. I'll allow it. I'm going a bit of a tangent here. Let's see what she does.
まっすぐ自分の言葉は曲げない。私もそれが人道だから。10本総試験。
勝負あり
よかった。なんとかうまくできた。
So that's not bad actually. She does quite a few strikes. She does the spinning stuff. That's gentle fist, all right. And you can see her striking the points as well. And then she does. You know what? Actually, I do like it a lot. Like if you go back and look at it, immediately after the cut in image, you see her like doing the strikes on the opponent. I like the way that the camera frames those strikes there. It's framed in a very dynamic way, and the eye is drawn to the attention from the spinning motion of the strikes leading up into the opponent, and those things are centralized in the middle of the frame. But the whole scene is moving because both of them are moving at the same time, but the camera is following it and keeping the focus on the strike points. And it's close and intimate enough that you actually feel the strikes, I guess you can put it that way. So that little bit of choreography there, I think is done really well. And of course the final blow with the lion-shaped chakra is a nice touch and everything. So I know, I think this was pretty decent. And the framing of the super pushes it up into an A. So yeah, Hinata gets an A. Alright, Asuma. I think if we hit Asuma, this is probably a good place to stop. So Asuma will probably be the last one we'll do today. This probably isn't the right stage, but whatever.
戦闘開始
Alright. So, this is Asuma. He's the leader of the Inoshika Cho team. He is also the son of the third Hokage, so he's got a bit of a legacy to live up to. He wields chakra knuckle dusters. Well, not really knuckle dusters, I mean they kinda like knuckle dusters, but they're chakra blades and stuff. So yeah. He was a bit like under the shadow of like the previous third Hokage, who was a great man and lived to an old age. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all the points about his character. Anyways, let's see what he does.
欲を守ることが俺の役目だ勝負あり
「
少しやりすぎちまったか。
Okay, so a series of blows followed by a single decapitating blow at the end. You can see that it's angled perfectly at the neck. And the camera is dynamic. You see him rushing around the opponent. So overall, pretty decent. I guess there's only so much you can do with him though. You know what? I'll give it points for the decapitating strike. It's impactful. It's framed really nicely. You see the opponent like struggling with it. The pained look as the attack hits them. And you see Asuma's back, and like the strike sort of like passes out in like the top 1/3 of the screen, which is a good framing point for drawing their eyes' attention to the area. Then you see them slowly collapsing down below it. So that's well choreographed, and I think that's enough to push it up into an A. So we'll give Asuma an A. Alright. We covered a decent number of these guys already. I think we gotta take a break though. We can't keep going forever. We gotta split it up. So yeah. I guess this is where I'll call things for now then. We'll continue on in another session pretty soon. It'll be pretty soon, I hope, at least. I'm having fun doing this, and I hope chat's having fun watching in as well. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys around. Coro out.